they've started. Looks like we got a mess. So my next step in the process is to go pick out all of the finishes. I wasn't expecting to replace the kitchen cabinets, but they weren't salvageable. We actually had like 6-inch slugs on the wall behind the kitchen cabinet. So tearing them out, and a little mold was actually starting to grow, so that'll have to be remediated. I could go and buy just a cheap contractor pack of the particle board cabinets, but in situations like this, I don't think you should buy the cheap pre-made cabinets. I think at this point, you do it right, they last. So a friend of mine that actually builds cabinets, I'm just gonna have him come in and build some solid wood cabinets for me. That way I know they're durable and they're sturdy. There's a balancing act when you're picking out materials for a rental property. You obviously don't want to get the most expensive, most luxurious, but you also don't want to put the cheapest stuff in there. And I think a lot of people tend to lean towards the cheaper materials because, well, it's cheaper and it's a rental property and you don't have to live in it. So I think most people tend to go for the cheaper solution. Well, the problem with that is tenants do not take care of your property the way that you will. So if you put the cheaper materials in there and they don't take care of the property, well, then guess what? You're replacing the materials faster. So you have to find that balancing act between expense and quality. So I don't get the fanciest, most expensive items, but I try to get the most durable product that I can get for the least amount of money. And that way I know that I'm giving my tenant a quality product, but I also know that when they move out, it's less likely that I'll have to go in and rip things out and redo them. This is not a very expensive property. It doesn't rent for a whole lot. We rent it for $675, so I really need to spend as little money as possible while balancing the quality issue. All right, so demo is completed, and this is the mess that's left behind. We're putting tile back over it, so it won't really be an issue once the tile is down, but it is nasty right now. So we are keeping this tile in the kitchen. It is a mess, but it's a lot better than it was. So we will make sure that these 2x4s are solid, and we'll get that shored up. We'll put in new insulation, new sheetrock. I've got my cabinet guy building new cabinets, so hopefully we'll have those done in the next week or so and ready to reinstall. He needs to pull this out. That's gotta go. The upper cabinets we're gonna keep. We'll just have to clean those and repaint them. We'll replace the light. Take the ceiling fan down. We'll have to put in a new light probably. This space is really too small for a ceiling fan, so I'll put another light in there. We will replace this ceiling fan with a new one. And here is the bedroom. We'll have to replace this ceiling fan for sure. We've got a hole in the wall that we'll have to patch. So this is the nasty part. This stain, that was raw sewage. I really don't know how long it was on the floor. We have no idea. So he lived with it somehow. So we'll have to most likely cut this sheetrock out and replace it. I think it's soaked up a mess. Same as this in here. It just needs to be replaced. I believe we are gonna save this bathroom vanity. I may replace the sink. No, the sink's probably fine. I will put a new faucet in here. Everything else just needs to be cleaned. It's just dirty. Okay, so it's a trap door that goes behind the shower, and that's where the hot water heater is. So the only access to the hot water heater is this weird little trap door down here. Who does that? That's an exterior wall back there. So I may put an exterior door there so that we can get to it from the outside. I think that would probably save us a lot of trouble if we ever needed to change out the hot water heater. Because at this point, there's no way to change out the hot water heater other than ripping out the shower insert. But that's it. It's a really, really small apartment. I think it's like right at 500 square feet. So there's really not a lot to it. So as bad as it is, it really won't take us long to get it done.
Several days later.
So the craziest thing happened. We had a hurricane blow through. It was a mess. It is a mess. We still got a lot of cleanup to do. So delayed our work on my little rent property by a few days. So now I'm headed over to grab some paint for the painter. All right, I'm at home coming to get my paint. One piece of advice I would give everyone: when you work on projects, keep your leftovers. For example, paint. Paint. So another piece of advice: when you're painting your rental properties, try to keep them all the same color. If you use one color through all of them, it's a whole lot easier to keep up with what colors you use because you're always repainting. So it's just so much easier to keep a 5-gallon bucket of paint around. So when you need to touch up, you can do it real quick. So I use a color from Lowe's. It's actually Lowe's, the Sherwin-Williams. It's heavy. That Showcase by Sherwin-Williams. I use Gracious Greige. It's an awesome color. It goes with everything. It'll go with cools and warms and whatever. It's a great color. So that's what I recommend. Gracious Greige. Now I need to find a ceiling paint. I don't know. Ooh, that's it. Okay. It's only a gallon. That's probably enough. There's 2 gallons. That'll be enough. I got 2 gallons of ceiling paint. 2 gallons of ceiling paint, 5 gallons of wall paint, and it's only 500 square feet. I think we're good. Oh, but trim. Yeah, I need a gloss white for trim. Semi-gloss interior, perfect white. I think that'll work. We're gonna go with semi-gloss because that's what I got. Yeah, so see, by having paint on hand left over from other projects, I'm saving myself, a couple $100. So keep your stuff. Even if it's only a half gallon or a quarter gallon left, just keep it. And then next time you need it, save a few dollars. Because that's the name of the game, guys. In rental properties, your profits are down to small numbers. So saving $100 here, $50 there, that's the profit. That's where that's what you have to do to actually make money on it. Now, here's the question. How do I carry all of that and hold a camera? I got it. Made it. All right, here we are. Oh, let's see how much they got done. Oh yeah, it's a lot cleaner. Ooh, it smells like bleach. That's a good smell. Got some lights. Ooh, the floor's clean. Man, look at that. Heck of a lot better. They got the window seals clean. And cabinets are cleanish. No, not as many bugs flying around. The tile is cleaner. The window unit is loud. Floors are still not clean. Yeah, you got the trim cleaned up a little bit. Let's see. Oh, we got the hole in the wall patched. That's good. Well, you got the mold back here cleaned up really good. So it turned out, guys, it had actually not soaked in to the sheetrock. Guess it wasn't as on the ground as long as I thought it was, but they were able to get it cleaned up without having to cut out the sheetrock. That's really great news. That saves me a good bit of time and money. So I'm putting in tile flooring throughout. That way I don't have to worry about carpet getting ruined again. And painting everything, putting in new kitchen cabinets, cleaning up and painting the vanity, cleaning up that toilet and around it. There's really not that much here to do. This is going to be a pretty quick and easy one. The most expensive part is going to be the new kitchen cabinets. Now throw it up. Good job.
Look, if you fall, you can just grab onto this.